Okay, so when I last played this, you can't use that in this game. When I last played this video game, I had completed exploring, well, to my knowledge, what was on the first floor. We spoke to Kimmy. We did some snooping, as an adventurer does in these kinds of situations. So now, we're gonna go ahead and continue. Ooh, we have a washroom. Well, let's take a look. This is a well-appointed powder room. There's a small storage cupboard and a green bar of soap that sits on the pedestal sink. An oval mirror in a fancy brass frame hangs on the wall. Cool. Okay. Maybe the soap is something, considering it kind of brought our attention to it. So let's go ahead and take soap. What would everyone else use to wash their hands? Leave the soap alone. Okay. A red herring seems to have appeared. What did they call this? Storage cupboard. Open. Search cupboard. Look cupboard. Cupboard contains extra rolls of bathroom tissue. Maybe. Take tissue. Bathroom tissue is the best place for it to be currently. Understandable. Look. Or close cupboard. Look window. Looks out to the yard. Look yard. It's too dark to see outside now. Yeah, that makes sense. 0 external lighting. When did electricity get introduced? Are we still on fire? My historical knowledge is not really that great. Look, trash. Isn't anything in a waste paper basket? Okay, so stay a door. Generally an interesting little room. Let's go ahead and go to the right this time. Open door. Little bar. Look. Cozy bar decorated in warm hues of crimson and coral. A trio of stools are stationed in front of an elaborately curved bar. There's an oversized armchair and a striped love seat. Okay. Pour drink. Unfortunately, that doesn't accomplish anything. Look bar. Fresh with an array of spirits. Look spirits. Back of the counter contains various liquors. Drink. Spirits. You don't know any cocktail recipes. Drink. Wine. Okay, so wine isn't a thing. Look. Okay. Striped Lusty looks very cozy. Okay. Look. Picture. A lithograph poster advertising absinthe hangs in the corner. That's something I should pick up from the LCBO. Absinthe. Wow. Look at this dining room. What an impressive place. Look. Dining room is an impressive sight, man. As I just said. A massive Persian rug covers the floor, on top of what stands an elegant dining table and matching chairs. There's a buffet and a display cabinet set against the north wall, and a pair of elaborate oriental jardinières. I don't know how to pronounce that in English. Jardiniers? Jardiniers? Be kind of like chandelier, maybe? Jardinières are in the opposite corners. Is it the plants? Look. You admire the lush jardinières, ceramic painted blue and red glazes. You look into the right and there is some soil inside as well as a lush plant. Take soil? You can't use soil in this game, okay. Now we're examining the left one. Soil as well as the lush plant, okay. So nothing there. Look. What is that? Some sort of a buffet? Two sets of cupboards, one on the left and one on the right. There's a drink tray and a crystal decanter on top of it. Pour drink. I choose drink. Ooh. Let's have ourselves a little bit of courage. You detect anise and then subtle spice and honey flavors. The warm taste lingers on your palate, but you are certainly no expert. Whew, that whiskey's pretty strong. It's whiskey. I love whiskey. Search buffet. Cupboard contains chafing dish and some serving platters. Close buffet. Close buffet. Let's try open buffet. Look. Okay. There's the cover, one on the left, one on the right. Crystal decanter on top. Search buffet. Cupboard contains soup tureen and a cocktail shaker and a gravy boat. Take tureen. Soup is delicious, but you could never eat a full tureen of it. Take boat. Gravy is delicious, but you don't need it constantly. Okay, little something about Canadian cuisine. This is what we do. We pour gravy on everything. This is how poutine was invented. It's how essentially every meal that I've ever had, at least from the perspective of the intersection of French Canadian. We make meals, usually like turkey, chicken, some sort of a protein, and like some mash. And this leads to a lot of delicious meals, but they're pretty much universal. So you got your potatoes, you put the gravy on the potatoes, you put the gravies on the protein, and usually you have like maybe some peas or something like that, stuffing if it's Thanksgiving, that sort of stuff. Search cabinet. Glass pan cupboard has some nice porcelain dinnerware inside. Okay, close cabinet. Close door. Look cabinet. Play cabinet in the corner. Glass pantry. Glass panels. Dinnerware left cupboard on the right. Okay, so maybe I can search the cupboard. Close Close panel. Close. Is it 2 ends? Okay. Search. Close. If I search it on this side, search right. Aha! Wine glasses. Take wine. Glass. Take glass, maybe. The way these glasses are made, they are useful for much more than drinking. And isn't that enough? Close. Right. Open. Left. Look. Left. You don't see anything noteworthy. Close. Left. Okay, so we searched that particular area. Now we're gonna head back. Close door. And check out the left-handed side, or left side of this. Open door. Ooh, interesting. Look. It's a rather large closet. You see some tools, a basket full of old rolled up rugs, a gigantic wardrobe, and a worn cupboard, a sled, shovel, and a mop. Lean against the wall. Take shovel? You don't need a shovel, as Jack is taking you and Kimmy back to the train station tomorrow morning. Maybe that's gonna change. Look, tools. Variety of tools hanging from nails. Jack must use these for maintenance around the house. Okay. Search. Wardrobe. Excuse me. Close. Search. Nothing in the cupboard. Close. Look bucket. Tin bucket. Look in bucket. The bucket is empty. Cool. I seem to be a little stuck. And how did I do that? I was right here, and I tried. I don't think I can manage that again. Yeah. I was stuck on the edge here. And I couldn't move forward. Or maybe I could, and it's just because I wasn't pressing and holding down the arrow. Let's go ahead and leave. Close door. And we're gonna head over here. Door. Ooh. Man, this place is pretty lavish. Look. Billiard table dominates the center of the room. There's a cue stand against one wall. And a card table in the corner. Play billiard. You need a cue first. Take cue. Play. Cool. So it doesn't let me take the pool cue. And she doesn't want to play by herself. Okay, let's go through this one. It's dark as anything out there. I have no good no need to go out this way right now. So that leads to outside. Starting to get the layout of this place. Close door. Nancy Maple. One interesting thing I did was watch the dev stream with Julia and the musician who's been designing music for this game, and he's been designing it through the Roland. Oh God, what's the name of the model? M32, I think, is what it is. Anyways, it's like a MIDI interface where essentially it has sound samples built into it. Your computer makes a request for specific instruments, and it plays it through that particular device. And you get to have, at the time, just high quality sort of music and that sort of thing. These things retailed for like about $700 at the time. They were not things that a lot of people obtained. But as sort of a nod to that era and the kind of music that would manifest. I think his name's Dan. His first name's Dan, maybe, or Dave. I'm sorry. I'm like I said, my memory is not the greatest. But you should definitely check that out because it's really interesting seeing the process of how music gets created for this kind of a video game and how it sets the tone. Open door. So that's another exit to outside. Look. Chicken has a rough-hewn, rustic charm. The lack of decorations and fine furnishings implies that this room wasn't meant to be seen by the lodge's guests. There are cupboards along the walls and an icebox in the corner. A strip of yellow flypaper dangles near the door. Jack is here. So that is Jack. Maybe I can take the flypaper. Whoa there, I'm busy cooking up dinner. Get out from under my feet. Take fly paper. Okay. Talk Jack. Hello, Jack. How do you do? I'm Nancy Maple. Sorry, I can't talk right now, miss. I'm busy. Jack moves from the stove counter and back again, whipping up what is sure to be a fine meal. He is too busy to talk right now. Okay. So we'll leave Jack to his cooking. Seems to be the go-to person to do everything in this video game. Close door. I hear voices in the door. I wonder what they're talking about. Alright. Listen, door. Listen. You don't hear any voices coming from the study. Which doorway is she talking about? This one? Sorry, you can't do that. Use drop? Use drop door. She was just showing this off on that particular stream too, and I don't know what command she was using in order to make what happens next happen. Listen? Ah, here we go. So, what are we gonna do about this? What are we going to do about it? We aren't going to do anything. I'm gonna stay out of everyone's way and wait for all of this to blow over. But what if they find... Shh! Listen. If you want to talk, we'll do it privately, later. Meet me in the study after dinner. Okay, so they're gonna be in the study. Game has autosaved. Interesting. It seems that we've moved forward. Can I enter here? Look. Conservatory is a stunning showpiece of a room. Surely the expense and trouble to bring this many panels of glass this far north must have been enormous. Evan is here. Nathan is here. Let's go ahead and have a conversation with Nathan. Talk, Nathan. Hello, my name is Nancy Maple. Hello, Miss Maple. I'm a family friend of Evan. How do you know? Oh, I don't actually know Mr. Richards at all. The Royal Canadian Museum sent me here on assignment. And to survey the land and find out if there are diamonds here. A discovery like that would surely make a splash when the museum opens to the public. You're wasting your time, I'm sorry to say. My family has lived in this area for many, many years and have never found diamonds here. Small red garnets are still plentiful, but of little value. Hello, Mr. Cardinal. Hello, Miss Maple. I hope you're keeping well. What's the other guy's name? Evan. Talk, Evan. Hello, Mr. Richards. My name is Nancy Maple, and I'm a mineralogist on assignment from the Royal Canadian Museum. Look, you and your friend can stay the night, but tomorrow morning Jack will put you on a train back to the city. But my boss sent me up here on behalf of the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm a mineralogist. I've got too much on my plate as is. But with my sister and that lawyer of hers, and one mineralogist is already one too many. Please, Mr. Richards, allow me to stay just for a little while. And Kimmy, too. Me, Margot, and Jack is all I want here. Is all I want in this here lodge. You seem like a nice girl, but all this brouhaha is making my head ache. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Convince Jack? Okay. Persuade Jack. Talk Jack. That doesn't seem to work. Look. Ah, it's Evan. Talk Evan. Please, Mr. Rich, allow me to say just for a look. Give me two. Okay, so we're just going through the same dialogue options. Look, Evan. Evan Richards is a husky, weather-beaten man in his mid-60s. He owns Crimson Lodge, although his sister Nessa might have something to say about that. He seems gruff and bothered about having his wildlife idly disturbed, which isn't that unusual considering he is a recluse. Evan is fidgeting on the sofa. Okay. So notepad. Nathan. Look, Nathan. Nathan Cardinal is a tall, imposing man in his early 40s. He doesn't seem very talkative, and you get an impatient, perhaps even anxious air about him that he tries to conceal. Nathan is hunched over in an armchair. Actually, it looks a bit too small for him. Okay. Open door. Ooh. Look. This is Evan Richards' well-appointed study, so this is the place that they're supposed to head to after dinner. Next to the ornately carved fireplace, there is a fine tapestry depicting a forest scene. There's a display cabinet beside the fireplace. A fancy desk with brass fittings sits on the plush carpet. To summarize, this room was once used by Evan's father, as it doesn't seem to be to his taste. Okay. Let's go ahead and search the desk. Search desk. Open drawer. The desk is locked. Okay. We can't get there. Examine painting. Look. Paint. Look. Picture. Look, fireplace. Fireplace legs and header are carved with simple linear flourishes. You imagine it provides invaluable heat during the long winter months. There is some powdery soot accumulating in the fireplace. Fake soot, maybe? You have enough soot. Okay. Search cabinet. Glass paned cabinet is full of curios and memorabilia, old tarnished trophies, and an assortment of glass and ceramic vases. Or vases? Close. Maybe open drawer. Aha. Look, drawers. Left and a drawer on the right. This plate cabinet also has a pair of drawers. Look, cabinet, drawer. Search, drawer. Woolen blankets. Close. Drawers. Cabinet. Look, moose head. Although the moose head looks pretty impressive on the wall, you can't help but feel a twinge of sympathy for the animal. Aww. Open drawer. The desk is locked. So the entire desk is locked. I can't open that. Look, waste, bin. Look, trash. Okay. Look, book, shelf. Consider selected various general interests. Search, book, shelf. Sorry, I can't do that. Okay. Look, book, shelf. Read book. Okay, so nothing necessary there. Open door. So that goes outside as well. So right now it's probably about time for dinner, I'm assuming. We can go ahead and close the door. Close door. And we should be able to open door. One thing I wasn't doing is looking at characters. Jack Precourt is a tall, lean man with a shiny bald head. He is Mr. Richards' employee and is in charge of the cooking, cleaning, gardening, and myriad other tasks the lodge might require. He is wary, but still seems to be in decent spirits. Jack is somewhere in his 40s. Jack is busy flirt. Jack. Okay, so we can't use our feminine wiles. Is it time for dinner yet? Doesn't look like it. Let's go back upstairs. Talk to Evan, talk to Jack. Maybe have a nap. Look, Kimi. Kimi Kishiro is a petite Asian lady in her late 30s. She's ruggedly dressed in knickerbockers and sensible shoes. She seems shy and doesn't reveal much about herself. During the train ride, you manage to glean that her family immigrated from Japan in the 1870s. That was a while back. Kimmy is writing in her sketchbook with a pen. Look. Book. You glance at Kimmy's sketchbook and see some written notes and some rough sketches. One of the sketches looks like it could be of a bridge. Ah, my sketches aren't very good. I'm too embarrassed to show them. Ask Kimmy about sketchbook. Just a hobby on 9. I'm not very good. I prefer not to show my drawings to anyone. It's too embarrassing. Talk Kimmy about Evan. Or what? Ask Kimmy about Evan. Eek, I hope he's a nice and sympathetic man. Where am I supposed to be here? Ask Kimmy about Jack. Jack is my hero. He brought us to the lodge. He didn't even have to. He didn't have to do that. Yeah. Ask Kimmy about Albert, Jack, Nathan. Albert and Nathan. Ask Kimmy about Nathan. I think he lives nearby. Ask Kimmy about Albert. Government sent him to officially investigate the diamond claim. He seems rather brusque, doesn't he? Ask Kimmy about luggage. My suitcase was my mother's when she came to Canada. The best worse for wear, but I love it. Ask Kimmy about field kit. Afraid I don't know what would be in your field kit. Birders require binoculars, a notebook, and pen. Okay. But he was too busy. She seemed to be up to talking. Ask Margot about Nathan. He's a quiet one. He visits here often. I think he and Evans are friends. But sometimes I think I hear them arguing. I last saw them in the conservatory. He likes to view there. Ask Margot about Albert? I haven't spoken to him since he arrived. He is probably upstairs preparing for dinner. Ask Margot about Jack. Used to be many staff here, but now it's only Jack. Evan hired him after he shut down the lodging business and sent everyone elsewhere. And sent everyone else away. But that's all before my time. I only know Jack, and he's a fine man. He's in the kitchen making dinner. It smells so delicious. Ask Kimmy. Ask Margot about Kimmy. I'm a little surprised Evan is allowing her to stay, as it's been many months since the lodge was an inn. But Evan's such a softie after all. Ask Margot about Evan. Mon cher, we met in Crimson a couple of years ago. I was terribly lost, and it was so late in the evening. No more trains were running that night, so he invited me to stay at the lodge for the night, and I have not left since then. Okay. Ask Margot about Evan's sister. I wish I knew. Look. Margot is Evan Richards' paramour. She's more glamorous than you expected to see in these parts. Margot has a shining flaxen hair, fair skin, and full lips. She is fashionably attired in a pink damask and ivory lace dress. She seems sweet, but you met charmers like her before. Margot is powdering her nose. Vanity. I suppose she's primping for dinner. Ask Margot about makeup. Ask Margot about compact. Compact? Look. Compacta. Ask Margot about. Powder is good for ridding oneself of a shiny complexion. Soaks the oils right up. Margot eyes you critically. You could probably use some, mademoiselle. I kind of forget the layout of the top floor. I've been in there. Considering Jack's the maintenance guy, maybe we can ask him about. We can ask these guys about Margot or something. Ask Evan about Margot. Margot and I got together a couple years back when I ran into her by the train station. Poor thing was lost. The last train had already left, kind of like you and your friend, Kimmy, so she came back to stay here for the night. She hasn't left since. She's probably up in the boudoir, getting ready for dinner. Margot likes to look good for guests. She just always looks good to me. Ask Evan about Nathan. Nathan's an old friend of mine, actually. I was his dad's friend first, and my dad and his dad were friends too. We get on well. He likes quiet. I like quiet. We don't agree on everything, but what friends do. Okay. Ask Evan about Kimmy. He's here for cormorants, though this was still she's here for the cormorants. Thought this was still an inn. No choice but to put her up, I guess. But both her and you are gonna be back on the trade tomorrow morning, and out of my hair. Ask Evan about Albert. Jack set him up in the bedroom upstairs. Not for too long, I hope. Ask Evan about Jack. Jack's in the kitchen cooking dinner. Leave him be. Ask Nathan about Evan. Been living in this lodge his whole life. He and Nessa's father built it during the Garnet mining boom. Crimson Lodge was a bustling place for a while, but eventually the mines closed down and Mr. Richards Sr. and his wife died. Him kept up the business even as folks were packing up and moving away. He started to advertise to skiers and birdwatchers. But that didn't last long. He got tired of running the business, so he laid off the staff and chose to and close the lodge down. Ask Nathan about God, what was her name? Ask Nathan about Evan. Nessa. Ask. An unfriendly woman. I have no reason to speak with her. Okay. Ask Evan about Nessa. This is my older sister. We don't get along. In fact, I haven't seen her in decades. She went off to the city when she was 18. Now she's back with that horrible lawyer, Corvus. All greedy and grubby. Too bad there ain't nothing for her here. Probably in the parlor. She likes it there. It's the fussiest room in the lodge. So Nessa's here. In the parlor. Thought I was in the parlor. Did I miss something? That's the study. This is where Jack is. Open door. Ask Jack about Nessa. Sorry, miss. Okay, so he doesn't want to talk. Does that lead to outside? I'm assuming it does. Open door. Okay. I'm just gonna leave the doors open. No sense in me closing them. So they're not here. Ooh, interesting. Look. The mudroom has a tiled floor, making it easier to clean. There's a low basin for washing off boots. There's a wooden storage area with lockers, drawers, baskets, and cubbies for boots. Search. Wardrobe? Search. Search. Okay, so that's a locker. Close locker. Open drawer. Look in drawer. Close. Look boots. Women's boots are quite petite with a small heel. They are made of black leather and appear well used and maintained. The men's boot looks like they are for an average-sized man's foot. They are very worn and are made of faded brown leather, probably Jack's. Look coats. Look hangers. Search. Okay, close locker. Open drawer. Look drawer. Close drawer. And is there anything in this door? Open drawer. Oh, open door. Doesn't want to move onward. Look, hose or basin, I guess. Basin is low brass spout and a faucet. There is a rubber hose attached to the spout, which you presume helps with boot washing. Right. Close door. What have I missed? Is this a door? Open door. Yes, it is. Okay. This leads to the balcony. We can see outside the general layout. Look in window. Look. Balcony provides a spectacular view of the grounds below. Open door. Not sure what I need to be doing here now. Talk to everybody. I've completed my journal. This is the bathroom, if I remember correctly. Yep. Maybe I just need to sit and wait at the dinner table. Open door. Ask Albert about Kit. Okay, so he's gonna be ignoring me this entire time. Open door. Look. What's in the archer? There's a wardrobe and bit covered. Can I lie down? Maybe that'll trigger the next events. Lie down. Nap. Sleep. Ask Amy about Nessa. I don't know who that is. Does Margot know who that is? Let's go ahead and turn up the speed. Ask Margot about Nessa. Nessa and Corvus, they came up from City a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure she doesn't like me. She's Evan's older sister. When she heard about the diamond, she brought a lawyer to the lodge. Moshe has been under so much stress lately. He's probably in the parlor. Ask Margot about parlor. Ask about Corvus. We get to be acquainted. Okay, look forward to meeting him. This looks like an area where I might necessarily just kind of hide, sneak, eavesdrop. That's what I gather from that. There's this door, which is the bathroom. Take bath. Shower? This is Margot and Evan's bathroom. If you want to shower, try the upstairs bathroom nearest to the stairs. Well, I can't, considering there's no water. Ha ha ha. Open door. Where would the parlor be? If I was a parlor, what would I be? Maybe it's up here? Is this a door? Open door. Fortunately, it doesn't accomplish anything. Okay. Ask Evan about Corvus? Oh, that guy. Snooty. No surprise that someone my sister Nessa likes is someone I can barely stand. Just gonna make sure she gets hers, which ain't nothing more than what she left behind when she was 18. I think she's in the parlor with Nessa. Ask Evan about parlor. What? Don't know where the parlor is. There might be some that I'm just sort of like missing. That's a door. Open door. Open door. Look. That's a mudroom. I hear voices near the doorway. What are they talking about? Listen. We've only just arrived, but I can't wait to leave. I've always hated this place. We'll get this whole affair straightened out and be gone in no time. Of course, locating that will would expedite our departure. I told you, I don't even know if there is a will. That does complicate things, yes. Well, you do your job and I'll do mine. Game is autosave. Okay. Considering it has autosave, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game over here, and we're gonna save game 2. And I think it's a good time for me to take a little break, and then we'll continue along with this particular adventure and see what other surprises this lovely game has in store for us.